Right now, this morning, a Winona woman arrested in the 2011 death of a newborn known as Baby Angel. And a possible endemic, why a new study is warning the ongoing measles outbreak could become the next endemic.
Plus, morning showers and storms already working in the southern portion of our region. More about that coming up for you in just a moment.
This is News 8 Now, this morning.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Alexandra Carter.
And I'm Art Jarrett.
It is Friday, April 25th. Happy to see Friday, but we don't have the best weather on tap for the day, do we?
No. We'll get through this in the afternoon, and then tomorrow we've got some sunshine on the way with temperatures holding on to at least the seasonal moderate mild. So we'll get into it, holding on to this batch coming out of New Hampton there. That's going to be tracking towards Preston, possibly going towards Winona and or La Crosse. So we've got some heavy stuff going on. Prairie du Chien over the last hour or so has now picked up some good looking thunderstorm activity working towards them. And they're just about to fill in with more of that rainfall, possibly moving into their area down along I-90. Now, we get into it. Eau Claire, you also have some rainfall in the forecast as well. You've already gotten some wet roadways this early morning, so folks that are going to, for their morning commute, please, you may want to start a little bit earlier just to make sure you can get where you're going, because the roads are a little bit on the slick side. We're getting into at least Dallas. You've got some severe thunderstorm activity all the way in Texas, as well as the Handle going right back into areas to the north. We are not in this, so we're okay. We're dry as far as that's concerned, or I should say away from what that's going on. We're holding on to current temperatures right now in the 40s, and of course that is widespread to 50s. You get down to Prairie du Chien, so there is some warmth out there. Wet roadways for you, as you can see, for Onalaska out there. And as we continue on, we're going right over to Eau Claire. You've got the wet roadways, and the potential looks like a little bit of fog is trying to develop on that lens, but we're also going to be seeing, you can see the rainfall right there falling right around that lamp. All right, more about your forecast coming up for you in just a moment.
Today is the final day for the public to pay their respects to Pope Francis before his funeral tomorrow. So far this week, long lines have stretched well into the night, with tens of thousands of the faithful filing through St. Peter's Basilica. We'll take a live look there inside of the Basilica for you this morning. People continuing to pour in, a steady stream of people you see right here in this live shot. They are all there to pay their respects to the Pope. CBS News' Tina Kraus has more for us from the Vatican.
The devoted descended on St. Peter's Square for a third and final day to see Pope Francis one last time as he lies in state. Tens of thousands, including the Pope's relatives, have come to pay their respects so far. Vatican officials kept the Basilica open past midnight again Thursday to accommodate the crowds.
It's a very emotional moment for me.
Around the world, the faithful also gather for Mass to pray for the pontiff. With much of tomorrow's funeral ceremony taking place outside, a massive security operation is underway as 174 dignitaries are expected to attend. Snipers will be on the rooftops, drone detecting technology is in place, and more than 8,000 security forces will patrol the streets. The Vatican has released an image of Pope Francis's tomb made from marble with the simple inscription Franciscus. The Pope also approved a break in tradition just last year, removing the centuries-old practice of popes being buried in 3 coffins. Yesterday, rosary prayers at the church where the Pope will be buried, the Basilica of St. Mary Major, led by Cardinal Luis Antonio Tagle of the Philippines. He's mentioned as one of a handful of candidates who could become the next Pope. New York Archbishop Timothy Dolan is one of 135 cardinals eligible to vote in the conclave to choose Francis's successor.
We certainly want somebody with his gracious, humble, simple, loving style.
The date of the conclave is expected to be announced after the funeral.
And later today, President Trump and First Lady Melania expected to depart Washington and head to Rome for the funeral. Sources tell CBS News former President Joe Biden will also attend. And La Crosse also honoring the life and legacy of the Pope yesterday. A special service was held just after noon at St. Joseph the Workman Cathedral. People of all faiths attended. CBS News will have complete coverage of the funeral of Pope Francis tomorrow morning. That special report will start at 3 a.m. You can catch it right here on News 8. A cold case breakthrough to get to now. A Winona woman arrested for the 2011 death of a newborn known as Baby Angel. 43-year-old Jennifer Nicole Bakel is facing 2 second-degree manslaughter charges. Voters found Baby Angel floating in a bag on the Mississippi River over Labor Day weekend in 2011. Bakel became a suspect in 2023 after a genealogy analysis linked her to the case. DNA evidence eventually showing that she was the baby's biological mother.
We've continued our investigation, attempting to learn everything we could about how Baby Angel died and why she was placed in the river. We don't have all the answers, but we know who is responsible. And today's charges are a first step in holding her accountable.
Bakel was teaching an English course at Winona State prior to her arrest. She has since been replaced as faculty. An Eau Claire man is in custody this morning after trying to illegally enter an elementary school. Eau Claire police say 32-year-old Andre Sichuga showed up at Putnam Heights Elementary just after 11 yesterday, asking to be let inside. The school was then immediately placed on lockdown. Sichuga had previously been banned from all district property. When officers stopped him in his car nearby, they say they found a loaded handgun. He's now facing multiple charges, including bringing a firearm onto school grounds. A former church elder in Tomah is accused of sexually abusing a child who once lived with his family. 66-year-old Craig Howard Smith is charged in connection with assaults that allegedly happened between 1997 and 2000. The victim said she moved in with Smith's family while in 7th or 8th grade. That's when the abuse began. At the time, Smith was an elder at Bible Evangelical Free Church. He's now facing up to 45 years in prison and is currently out on a $10,000 bond. 37 years ago this week, tragedy rocked La Crosse's south side. A mother found dead in her home, her 1-year-old baby left unharmed. The case shocked the community and left law enforcement baffled. News 8 Now's Allison Ferget has an update.
Shock, it was disbelief, more than a little bit of fear.
If walls could talk, what would they say? At the house on the hill in South La Crosse, they'd tell you who the strange man was walking the street that terrible day in 1988, who slipped past neighbors and police, who killed 31-year-old Linda Wagner.
We're looking for any information that we can, and we're trying to follow out what information we've received about people that were observed in the area.
37 winters have passed since Linda was killed. The case has grown colder with each one. It's why those who remember her focus on her warmth.
She was very sweet, on the quieter side, but still fun and funny and very helpful.
Linda moved to La Crosse from Massachusetts and was working as a nurse's aide at the Bethany St. Joseph Care Center.
I think she was extremely well liked by her coworkers and management there and the residents.
She and her husband had just started their family, their daughter, the love of their lives.
I remember her coming back after having the baby and just being a very happy new young mother.
The baby would be the only witness that day, left unharmed when Linda's husband found her in the bathroom naked, her throat cut. There were no signs of sexual assault, no forced entry. The only items missing were a few pillows, bedding, and Linda's purse.
It's very evident that the perpetrator of this offense made very distinct efforts to conceal or hide or remove any evidence at the scene.
Neighbors remembered seeing a businessman in the area. Linda had reportedly talked to someone on the phone about a driveway repairman soliciting work. The police never called the man a suspect, but shared a grainy photo of a pickup truck taken by a bank camera in case someone knew more about him than they did.
We are asking for any help that we can get.
Detectives called it one of the most frustrating cases they've ever seen, saying there was not 1 ounce of sense to it. And with no answers, curious neighbors did what curious neighbors do. And it wasn't long before the rumors started to fly that Linda had been in the witness protection program and her death was a mob hit. But her coworkers never subscribed much to those theories.
La Crosse is a small town now, and it was even smaller and more insular then. I can imagine a rumor getting started like that, just simply because she had what could be taken to be a Northeast accent.
At the time, La Crosse Police Lieutenant James Schleifer said his gut told him the murder was a random, isolated incident done by someone passing through town. Without any clear leads, though, this year will mark another year colder in the case of Linda Wagner. Another year someone gets away with murder.
We checked in with La Crosse Police about the case recently. They say they are still following up on leads. They urge anyone with information to come forward. And breaking this morning, a top Russian general has just been killed in a car bombing near Moscow. You're looking at footage from this morning right now. This comes as President Trump's envoy arrives for critical peace talks. They're set to discuss a U.S. brokered peace deal that would reportedly block Ukraine from joining NATO, recognize Crimea as a Russian state, and freeze fighting along current front lines.
There is something on the table now, I think, where the Ukrainians are really playing ball. I think the ball is clearly in the Russian court now.
The high-stakes meeting comes just a day after a Russian drone strike on Kyiv killed at least 9 and injured more than 70. The attack even prompting a rare direct rebuke from President Trump, who posted on social media, "Vladimir, stop." A federal judge overturning parts of President Trump's executive order that would have tightened voter registration requirements. That order sought to require proof of citizenship when registering to vote, including changes to the federal voter registration form used by millions of Americans. But the judge ruled the Constitution gives Congress and the states, not the president, the power to regulate federal elections. The ruling also pauses a provision that would have required federal agencies to check citizenship before issuing voter registration forms. Wisconsin physicians are urging lawmakers to reject proposed Medicaid cuts they say could devastate our communities. Yesterday, doctors gathered virtually to highlight the potential impact of these cuts, including worsened patient health, rural hospital closures, and harm to our communities.
I think the reality is we're in a situation where we have the greatest technology in the world that can really help so many people, but so many people are not benefiting because they don't have access to it. They don't have the primary care.
Several of Wisconsin's representatives, including Brian Steele and Derek Van Orden, voted in favor of a budget resolution that could pave the way for massive cuts to Medicaid. The time now is 6:12. Still ahead on your morning news, the Agriculture Department scaling back on tightening salmonella regulations. We'll tell you why. Last month saw the weakest March for home sales in over a decade, and California beating Japan as one of the world's largest economies.
There's gold in mountains of e-waste, and science is working to make it easier to extract. I'm Bradley Blackburn with how recycling electronics is a growing challenge and opportunity.
We're sending you to break with a little something to brighten your morning. Today is Arbor Day, a celebration of the importance of trees. Arbor Day always falls on the last Friday in April, believe it or not, that is today. Trees are crucial, of course. They prevent soil erosion, provide oxygen, and offer homes for wildlife. To mark the day, cities like La Crosse are hosting Arbor Day events, including a tree planting at Myrick Park at 9:30 this morning. And as you wake up, here's a wake-up call from Lambeau Field in Green Bay. This, of course, is home to the 2024 draft. Kicking off last night, 250,000 people are expected to flood these streets of Titletown this weekend for all of the excitement. To pull off the historic event, the NFL hired more than 2,000 people to make it all happen. And we've got a team there, too. Our sports guys, Kate Overton and Jacob Lesendorf, they're on the ground. They'll have team coverage throughout our newscast. We'll have an update from them from yesterday coming right up.
Right now, you're busy taking care of the people you love. Let Window World take care of the place you live. Window World, America's exterior remodeler. Improving homes, changing lives.
There's a reason Chevy is called the heartbeat of America. A heartbeat strong, steady, unwavering, like the people who keep this country moving. For them, only America's most dependable truck will do. And every Chevy truck, like every Chevy driver, dependability comes standard.
It's Chevy Truck Month. Well-qualified buyers can get 2.9% financing for 72 months on this Silverado. Or get $4,350 total value. Plus, current Chevy owners can get $4,000 total cash allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle.
In 1925, a new furniture store opened its doors in Fountain, Minnesota. The business was called the Fountain Furniture Company. Today, 100 years and 4 generations later, we're Drury's, where you'll find a focus on principles that have given us staying power. Handle quality furniture, maintain a professional staff, and a commitment to customer service. We invite you to stop in and find out for yourself how this big store in a tiny town has lasted. Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota, family owned for 100 years.
Stella Jones Corporation in Bangor has immediate openings and wants you to apply. They say this job takes grit, attention to detail, and ability to work as a team. Stella Jones Corporation is where safety matters and wages sustain a comfortable living. If you have what it takes and can stand behind our railroads, then we want you to apply today. $2,500 hiring bonus.
Hey golfers, don't miss this golden golf deal at Drugan's Castle Mound. Get a full 7-day-a-week golf membership for only $700 for 2025. Limited $700 memberships are available. Visit Drugans.com or call 608-526-4144 to get your membership before this great deal is done.
At Drugan's Country Club, yes, Drugan.
Every big dream requires investment. Investment of your thought and planning, hard work, and valuable time. It also helps to invest in a partner you can depend on to guide you every step of the way. TrustPoint has proudly served as that partner for more than 100 years. From investment management to retirement planning, business transitions to giving back to the causes you care about, our services are designed to help you meet your financial goals because we're as committed to making them real as you are. TrustPoint, invested in you.
Well, good morning for you. We're looking at the kids going to school today with some wet roadways out there. 47 degrees for La Crosse. We're having AM showers and storm activity, not out of the question. Then we get in the afternoon, well, 53 degrees with cloudy skies, a little breeze associated with that, but we've got dry and breezy conditions. No rainfall, that's going to be out of the way, so it's all morning rainfall. We'll get into Eau Claire. You're going to have fairly similar conditions as well as we follow suit here, picking up your local temperatures for you. 50 degrees, cloudy skies, rainfall, and of course that's going to shift as we get into the mid to late morning hours. It's going to move away from you and start working towards the east, going towards the lake, and everything else kind of works back down towards areas by Madison as well. So it begins to break down. Dry and breezy for you in the afternoon though. Then we'll get you some clearer skies once we get into the evening hours. We're holding on to that rainfall, as you can see here, a 90% to 100% chance for La Crosse. Then we taper it off as we go into the afternoon. You've got the cloudy skies remaining. Eau Claire, you've got the conditions that are up to 80 to 60% chance, and then kind of tapering off with a 30% chance by 9 o'clock, going back to cloudiness, and then getting up to those upper 50s for your forecast. Then we go into Friday's high temperatures for everybody. You're included in this. We're looking at Trempealeau at 52, 59 for La Crosse, Eau Claire at 57 degrees, Caledonia at 52, and we get over to Viroqua. Good morning to you folks as well. 51 degrees for your local forecast. When I come back, I'll have more about all of this that's coming up with the rainfall potential for this weekend and into your next week.
In your morning consumer news, the Agriculture Department will roll back a Biden administration proposal to tighten regulations on raw poultry. The proposal would have stopped poultry producers from shipping raw chicken and turkey after their products test positive for salmonella. But the Trump administration now plans to do away with that idea. Its withdrawal comes just months after the U.S. Government Accountability Office said the Ag Department needed to take further action to prevent foodborne illness. Home sales, meanwhile, dropping almost 6% last month, the worst March since 2009. The National Association of Realtors blames high home prices and ongoing economic uncertainty for the decline. Meanwhile, the median price of an existing home reached a record $403,700. California's economy has surpassed Japan, reaching a record $4.1 trillion in GDP, making it the world's fourth largest economy. Just the U.S., China, and Germany have larger economies than California. California. That state also leading the pack in growth, soaring 6% last year. But the governor is warning that President Trump's tariffs could pose the biggest threat to California's continued success. The stash of old cell phones in your sock drawer is a symptom of a growing challenge. What to do with all of that electronic waste? According to the UN, more than 60 million tons of it are thrown out every year. Just a quarter is safely recycled. Bradley Blackburn shows us more on how we can find the value hidden inside our old gadgets.
At eWorks in Freeport, New York, these piles of dusty TVs, PCs, printers, and other old tech are the start of an electronic treasure hunt.
There is a value that would be there. Maybe it's a small value, but it's our job to really go through that process and evaluate each one of those components.
CEO Mark Wilkins' team first tests to see if electronics still work. If not, they're disassembled.
That's all gold plating there?
Yes.
Because anything with a chip can contain gold, and more than you might think.
It's not just the gold that you can see with your eye, but it's also what's inside component chips.
And the number of chips that are on it.
If you take 1 million of these, you get something close to 70 to 85 pounds of gold.
Professor Ali Abbas-Barat with Cornell University says there's more gold in a ton of e-waste than in ore mined from the earth. But to date, it's required harmful chemicals like cyanide to filter it out. So they developed a method they say is more efficient with less environmental risk. It uses an organic compound to absorb gold ions like a sponge.
Our sponge selectively targets only gold, and that's a major difference.
That gold can then be reused in solar panels, new electronics, possibly even jewelry. Easier, cheaper extraction could boost the financial incentive to safely recycle e-waste and keep toxic metals out of landfills.
I think the world right now is much more aware.
Still, it takes a lot of sorting, and that's where eWorks found an opportunity to create dozens of new jobs.
Our mission is to provide training, education, and employment for people with disabilities. So about 48% of our workforce are people with special needs.
A crew with the skills to help mine these obsolete electronics for gold.
And if you're looking to get rid of some of your recyclables, the Toma VA Medical Center is hosting an Earth Day recycling event today and tomorrow. Home electronics and acid batteries will be accepted in front of Building 52 at the VA clinic in Toma. For the full list of things being accepted, you can visit the Toma VA's Facebook page. That was a look at your consumer news. We'll send it over to Art now. He's got a look at our forecast.
Alexandra, I'm looking forward to that sunshine for tomorrow. Until then, we have some showers that continue to work through the area. Light to moderate showers, as you can see here. Slowly but surely, we've got some thunderstorm activity as well associated with that down by Prairie du Chien. It's going to work its way up closer to Eau Claire and La Crosse. I should say La Crosse, not Eau Claire, because they're going to be backed out of that as we go through the mid-morning hours. You see, once we get into the afternoon, everything tracks out of the way, moves away from I-94, starts to work back down towards the east and south and out of the area, and we're done with that. We'll also see the clouds kind of come back in as we go away as we go into the evening hours. Then we take it into Saturday with mostly sunny skies, maybe just a few high clouds drifting on by. Yeah, it looks pretty nice. Temperatures are going to be at least in the low to upper, I should say low 60s, possibly to upper 50s in the forecast for you there. Going into the highs for Friday, well, we've got mostly some 50s holding on all the way up to the middle 50s, and of course we'll see upper 50s as you go right back over to Eau Claire at 59 degrees possible for today. Rainfall from yesterday at 7 p.m., tracking it all the way into what happens for today going into the afternoon, or at least by noon today. We're looking at maybe an inch or less in the forecast for you, as you can see there. We're holding on to possibly maybe a quarter of an inch or a half an inch for La Crosse or less. We'll go back into it. Highs for Saturday, we're looking at 60s in your forecast. Yeah, look at that. That's pretty nice, right? A whole bunch of sunshine on the way for you as well, dry and mild. Then we go into Sunday, the possibility of severe weather coming in for Monday is going to follow suit with this. But on Monday, you're looking at enhanced risk of severe weather, the possibility of that, and a slight risk of severe weather as well there, where you could see this continue to move into the area and be quite a hazard as we go through the next day or so for Monday going into Tuesday. Holding on to Sunday, you see a little bit of light rainfall coming in after Sunday night and then continue after Saturday night and then continue to come in for Sunday. You see it at 4 p.m. then trying to come back again as we go into Monday with severe weather weather potential starting to build up, coming from west to east across the area. You've got drier conditions down to the south. You've even got some warmer air associated with that down to the south. You've got the cooler air coming in from the north, and that's going to really just blast some storm activity in the forecast area. So we'll see all sorts of types of kind of storm activity working in the area, possibly, or it could nullify it. It's just the way it's going to be. We'll see as we get into Tuesday. By the noon hour, we're done. Then we go into how this all plays out. We can see the rainfall potential. You can see maybe up to about an inch or two or less in the forecast coming in for Monday and Tuesday. Here's a look at the rainfall right now and where it is going towards Winona, with light to moderate and heavy rainfall now associated with that as that storm is working towards Eau Claire, getting to Caledonia as well. We'll keep an eye on that as we go through the next couple of days, with more rainfall coming in as we go into the early portions of next week and then back again by Thursday. We'll go back to at least this 59 degrees today, possibly. We get into Saturday, high and dry, 64 degrees. Rainfall potentially, a 30% chance, and then severe weather potential for Monday going into Tuesday. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you, Art. Well, have you ever played ping pong and thought it felt like a workout physically and mentally? Coming up, we'll show you how one group is using the fast-paced game to help people with neurological conditions. And we'll have a quick recap of day one from the NFL draft as we take a live look at outside of Lambeau Field right now. Things brightening up a little bit out there this morning. News 8 Now's Kate Overton and Jacob Lesendorf have the recap from day one after the break.
It's the spring patio sale at Home Seasonal Concepts. Right now, the more you buy, the more you save. Get 5%, 10%, and even 15% off sale prices on porch and patio. Plus, get a free collapsible wagon for all your outdoor activities. The spring patio sale at Home Seasonal Concepts.
Get an 11% rebate at Menards. Pittsburgh's Ultra Advanced Semi-Transparent Stain and Sealant in 1 can be applied on damp wood, allowing you to clean the surface and stain in 1 day. Get a gallon for $35.49 after rebate. Pittsburgh's Paramount is a premium exterior wood stain and sealant in 1. It provides enhanced waterproofing protection and resists cracking and peeling for a durable finish. A gallon starts at $39.95 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
It's time to say not so fast chronic kidney disease. Because with a progressive disease like CKD, slow is good. And believe me, I know all about slow. That's why I'm here to tell you about Jardiance. It's a little pill proven to slow the progression of CKD and reduce the risk of kidney failure, which can lead to dialysis.
Serious side effects include increased ketones in blood or urine, which can be fatal. Stop Jardiance and call your doctor right away if you have nausea, vomiting, stomach pain, tiredness, trouble breathing, or increased ketones. Jardiance may cause dehydration that can suddenly worsen kidney function and make you feel dizzy, lightheaded, or weak upon standing. Genital yeast infections in men and women, urinary tract infections, low blood sugar, or a rare life-threatening bacterial infection between and around the anus and genitals can occur. Call your doctor right away if you have fever or feel weak or tired and pain, tenderness, swelling, or redness in the genital area. Don't use if allergic to Jardiance. Stop use if you have a serious allergic reaction. Call your doctor if you have rash, swelling, difficulty breathing, or swallowing. You may have increased risk for lower limb loss. Call your doctor right away if you have new pain or tenderness, sores, ulcers, or infection in your legs or feet.
So go on, say not so fast CKD. Ask your doctor about Jardiance for chronic kidney disease.
Get Progressive Rug savings right now at all Homeworld Rugs. The more you buy, the more you save on your total rug purchase of $199 or more. Get up to $500 off sale prices. Every style is on sale now at up to 50% off regular prices. The Progressive Rug sale, now at Homeworld Rugs.
It's an easy puzzle to solve. The one app your phone can't live without. Bringing you local news, sports, streaming video, and a lot more. The News 8 Now app. Get it today. Oh, and good job on the puzzle. The First Warn Weather app. Download it today.
Good morning, everyone, and it's a happy Friday for Packer fans as the Packers got a wide receiver in the first round of the NFL draft for the first time since 2002. Matthew Golden is his name, a speedster out of Texas, and the fans are going to like this guy, Kate.
I mean, some guys are already calling him the golden ticket to this Packers offense. A true speedster. I mean, just one of 2 guys to run a 4.3 40-yard dash at the combine. The only offensive player to do such a feat, and he has some wheels. You can line him up on the outside. Just a great route runner, fast off the break. And you know Jordan Love loves to take shots downfield. Well, Golden's going to be a guy who makes a lot of deep catches down the field that'll help the Packers offense, and really just a great fit for this offense.
Absolutely, and he was thrilled to be picked because he was here in the green room waiting to hear his name announced, and when his name was announced and he came out to the fans, it was a pop. We heard it all the way from here inside Lambeau Field, but let's take a look at the war room beforehand as the proceedings were going on, as some decisions were being made and people were deciding who to pick and who not to pick and what trades to make and all that fun stuff. So a cool glance there from inside the Packers war room. So yes, the Packers going wide receiver on day one of the NFL draft, but don't forget all the action continues today and tomorrow, rounds 2 and 3 later tonight, and Kate and I will have you covered for all that today and tomorrow as well for rounds 4 through 7. But from Lambeau Field, Kate Overton, Jake Wensdorf signing off for News 8 Now this morning.
News 8 Now and Trust Point proudly honored the top graduating seniors from La Crosse area schools at the Honor Student Banquet. These students are outstanding examples of academic excellence, and we're proud of them and their schools. Congratulations to these and all graduating seniors.
Ho-Chunk Gaming Wisconsin invites you to experience the thrill of gaming like never before. With 6 locations across the state, there's something for everyone. Whether you're a slots enthusiast, a poker pro, or prefer the excitement of table games, we've got you covered. Plus, indulge in delicious dining options, live entertainment, and exclusive promotions that add even more excitement to your visit. Come join the fun at Ho-Chunk Gaming Wisconsin.
The results are in for the 2025 Best of La Crosse County. Head to bestoflacrossecounty.com to see the winners in every category. Here's one of the many businesses that won this year.
Presented by River Valley Remodelers.
Pivot! Shut up! Pivot! Shut up, shut up. Pivot!
Just like pivoting from heating to cooling season, it's a difficult adjustment. Pivot in the summer, called TNT.
Pivot! Shut up.
Fresh sets and denim to welcome the season. We're doing florals like you've never seen them. Effortless looks for whatever life brings. These are a few of our favorites for spring.
Let Macy's help you find your favorites for spring. From laminate and vinyl to tile and wood, Floor & Decor has more options for pros, homeowners, and anyone looking for the right look at the right price. Your next beautiful space is at Floor & Decor.
We see you out there, building a life you love, knowing that when inspiration strikes, nothing should get in your way. At Blaine's, we're here to help with everything you need to make it happen at prices that make it possible. Like a free Wild Bite fishing kit when you spend $50 on fishing gear. All Blazer trailer lighting is 25% off. Plus, we've lowered prices store-wide, so you can find the value you need to do things your way. Blaine's Farm and Fleet, in original.
Carpetland, your family comes first. We're more than just a flooring store. We're your partners in creating a home that lasts a lifetime. Discover a world of comfort and durability with our huge selection. Whether it's cozy carpeting for your living room, timeless hardwood for a classic touch, or versatile tiles that stand up to the hustle and bustle of family life. Sealands Carpetland in Coon Valley. Our #1 priority is you. Stop in today.
News 8 Now and Trust Point proudly honored the top graduating seniors from La Crosse area schools at the Honor Student Banquet. These students are outstanding examples of academic excellence, and we're proud of them and their schools. Congratulations to these and all graduating seniors. The News 8 Plus app. Local news on your time. Expect more from News 8 Now. Thanks for watching.
Welcome back. In your morning medical news, a new study shows measles could become endemic in the U.S. if vaccination rates don't improve. That is despite its declared elimination in 2000. Over a 25-year period, the researchers project almost 900,000 measles cases if rates stay the same. They forecast about 11 million if vaccinations decline 10% and more than 51 million if they drop by half. Vaccination rates are down in this country since the COVID pandemic. The CDC reports outbreaks in West Texas and surrounding states, with some cases in other areas too.
There are complications including pneumonia, including seizures, including permanent disability, and of course death.
The CDC recommends children get their first dose of the measles vaccine when they're 12 to 15 months, and then the second between ages 4 and 6. That gives an estimated 97% immunity from measles. Ping pong has turned into an unconventional form of therapy for people with neurological conditions like Parkinson's or MS. Kyle Clark takes us to a table tennis club in Denver to learn more about neuropong.
Ping pong. A simple game. As a verb, it means to move back and forth, or it means between different states.
I was diagnosed in July of 2011.
Overwhelming. Just about every person in this room has been pinged with Parkinson's, and it puts them in a different place.
I asked the question, am I going to die?
Joseph in 2011.
I have Parkinson's.
Dave within the last 2 years.
When I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, I was in a state of ping for a long time. Right, left.
And Antonio Barbera, who started Neuropong. A few years back, he recognized the nuances of ping pong could help those with neurological conditions.
Ping pong is just a game to play more with your brain and with your emotions.
Barbera believes the skills necessary to hit that little white ball, or to even set yourself up to hit that little white ball, will put you in a better mood and put you on the move with people like you.
I like hitting that little ball, and I like being able to hit it in a place that I want it to be. And that's a skill. We work hard at that.
This is not a Parkinson's pity party.
We, the people that have Parkinson's, can play a game that wasn't necessarily designed for us in the first place, but we can play it well.
Ping pong, with the help of this group, sounds the same, but with a little different meaning.
Looking at the face of the participant to the program and see a smile makes my day.
And if you're looking to dispose of old medications, the Vernon County Sheriff's Office is hosting a drug take-back day tomorrow. You could drop off prescriptions, pet meds, creams, and more at 4 locations across the county. You'll see those on your screen in just a second. That'll take place from 10 a.m. to 2. And remember that illegal drugs, needles, and liquids not in their original packaging won't be accepted at these 4 locations. The UWL Treble Chorus opened Arts Fest last night with harmonies that filled in at Recital Hall. Their free performance wove together themes of joy and independence, featuring student talent from different academic backgrounds.
This is a way for the whole campus community to come together, to invite the wider community to campus to join us just in enjoying the arts, recognizing its place and its significance in our day-to-day lives.
Today, UWL will host the Senior Art Major exhibition. And some events to let you know about this weekend. Support the West Salem Fire Department at their Chicken Cute tomorrow from 11 to 2 or till the chicken runs out. And celebrate Earth Week at the 2025 Earth Fair at Myrick Park Sunday. You can enjoy some live music, animal and insect demos, and tons of hands-on fun for all ages. And rev up your weekend at the Tomah Sparta Speedway for the Great American Enduro. Gates open at 12:30 Sunday for the Daytona 200. I love that name. Racing kicks off at 2. And now we'll send it over to meteorologist Art Jarrett. He's got a look at our morning commute. Daytona 200. Isn't that so clever, Art?
That is pretty clever indeed. Hey, we have some wet roadways out there for folks that are going to be zooming on off to work, and we're looking at the possibility of light to moderate, maybe even heavy rainfall going towards Winona, Rochester. We've got back over to Black River Falls. You're in the rainfall now, light to moderate with a tinge of heaviness kind of working your way. Sparta, as well as portions of Tomah and areas right by Shelby, you're getting the rainfall too. La Crosse is still in the wet. Most of it's tracking away, but you've got a big batch coming in from New Hampton working towards you as we get closer within the next hour or so. That being said, we've got the rainfall, as you can see, continues to track. It was going all the way up towards Eau Claire, but by the time we get in the 8 o'clock hour, well, it shifts a little bit. We're going to start to see it go more towards the east and over to the south. We're also seeing that continue to move over towards Madison, and away it goes. Then eventually we get into drier conditions, finishing out for the day. We'll hold on to clear skies coming in for the overnight hours. Kids going to school today, you're looking at 47 degrees in La Crosse, AM showers and storms. We've got the afternoon, you're dry, you're breezy, and of course you've got the cloudiness still holding on as well. We get into Eau Claire, you're doing similar conditions as well. Be safe out there and have a wonderful day.
Before we head catch a break, it's time to look at today's Look Who's 8.
All right, Cal is turning 8 months. He loves to practice crawling, and he likes new food. Spend time with his big brother as well.
And Reynolds is turning 108. He loves to visit his family and enjoys a warm cup of joe. That is so impressive. Happy birthday, Reynolds. Wow.
Well done, Ray. All right, we get, if you know a special someone turning 8 weeks, 8 months, 8 years, 18, 80, or 88 years old soon, we'd love to feature them.
Just upload their photo to our website, news8000.com. Look for the Submit Pictures button underneath the Home tab and stay with us. We're back right after this.
Mike and Kyle on the sunny side of 61, Sugarloaf Automotive, Winona.
We carry one of the largest selections of vehicles for many miles. Hundreds of vehicles, all for less than our competitors.
The all-new Lincoln Nautilus at $15,000 off new MSRP. The all-electric Mach-E at $30,000 off MSRP, and of course Broncos and F-150s below market pricing, or buy a Bronco Raptor at over $20,000 off MSRP.
We take a backseat to no one in selection or pricing.
Get to the sunny side of 61,
Sugarloaf Automotive in Winona.
Get an 11% rebate on your entire project at Menards. Take on outdoor cleaning projects easily with a Husqvarna pressure washer. They have the power for making short work of any job. This 3,300 PSI gas pressure washer is now on sale for $355.99 after rebate. Suncast provides high quality, low maintenance, and easy to assemble storage. Protect patio cushions and other outdoor accessories with his Suncast deck box. Only $119.99 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
A great percentage of what we do at the Pump House Regional Arts Center is impacted by tourists. When tourists come to the La Crosse region, it benefits everyone. They seek out many opportunities to experience theater, concerts, outdoor, wildlife, dining. It connects us all.
The Power of Tourism, brought to you by Explore La Crosse.
At Pediatric Dentistry of Onalaska, we know children, which is why we strive to make every visit to the dentist a positive experience. We are honored to be named Best Pediatric Dentist in this year's Best of La Crosse County. Thank you to our amazing patients and families for your trust, your smiles, and your votes. We love making dental visits fun, comfortable, and full of bright, healthy smiles. Here's to another year of caring for our community's little ones.
Here at Schneider Heating, we have a huge emphasis on culture, getting along, working together. We follow through on our promises, and we get the job done.
We will do what we need to do to ensure that you are safe, comfortable, and happy.
We have a lot of veteran installers who really care and even more put their mind at ease by installing Carrier equipment.
We're not just putting in a furnace. You know, you're hiring the whole company. You're hiring our service department, our install department. Just a ton of experience. We're very helpful.
Spring is here, and it's time for a fresh start. Right now at King Furniture, we're making it easy to refresh your home. Trade in your old furniture or mattress and get a discount on brand new furniture. We'll even deliver and haul it off for free. Find the latest styles in bedrooms, living rooms, dining rooms, and more. And save up to 60% off store-wide. Plus, enjoy free delivery and 12 months no-interest financing. There's never been a better time to upgrade. Out with the old, in with the new. Spring into comfort at King Furniture.
Well, good morning to you. 100% humidity going on over there in Black River Falls. Rainfall. You can see the roadway kind of moving in right there. Trucks going by. Good looking traffic though. No, it's all right. It's pretty good for you. Holding on to the dew point about 45 with 7 miles visibility. A lot of areas are holding on to some low visibilities right now, at least not in the patchy fog sense, but they do have low visibility because of the low hanging cloud cover. As you go into Menominee, you're looking at the wet roadways there as well. Folks are getting along okay on the roads, holding on to rainfall that continues through the 7 o'clock hour, finishes by the 9 o'clock hour for Eau Claire. Then you've got the cloud cover finishing the day as well, holding on as we get into La Crosse. You've got the 7 a.m. all the way to the 11 a.m. hour, and then by the noon hour, you should be done with the rainfall for you. Then we get back into this rainfall. It continues to track a little bit more with another hour or so going northward towards Eau Claire. Then it breaks down, moves away from Eau Claire, starts to work more to the east and to the south, going towards Madison. You can see they get the light to moderate rainfall. We're out of the rain as we go into the 1 o'clock hour, as you can see, with decreasing clouds coming back again. again as we finish out the day. We take it into Saturday. We've got a good-looking day ahead with mostly sunny skies. We're looking at temperatures that will probably be in the low 60s to the upper 50s in your forecast. Then we get into Friday highs today. You're looking at 51 to about, say, 59 degrees, so widespread 50s for you. We'll get into the rainfall from yesterday at 7 p.m., tracking it all the way in, coming up from the north, going from the southwest, going to the northeast, and then eventually it starts to pan off, going to the east and south. We're holding on to at least an inch of rain, about 3/4 of an inch of rainfall or less in some areas. All right, that being said, we get into how this all shapes up. We get into Saturday. It's a good-looking day today, or tomorrow, 61 to about 64 degrees out there. Plenty of sunshine and dry conditions with the potential for severe weather coming in as we go into Monday. So that's something else. We will probably have an alert day for that as well, so please be advised about that. There's a possibility of that happening. We'll also be going into it, as you see, for Sunday. Rainfall kicks in. You see that coming in the early morning hours by 8 o'clock, then holding on to about 4 o'clock with some light rainfall. We'll also pick it up going into La Crosse as well, coming back into the overnight hours for Monday. That's where the severe weather kicks in. You see that going on all the way from Monday going into Tuesday with the heavier rainfall in the forecast. We should be done as we go right into the overnight hours. How about this, though? Let's take a look at over the next few days here, and away we go with your local temperatures. We'll go from 59 today and with rain in the morning and then dry in the afternoon. Dry for Saturday. Rainfall potential coming into the forecast for you on Sunday. Monday, Tuesday, we have potential for severe weather. Dry conditions again for Wednesday with above average temperatures, leaning into Thursday with a 30% chance of rain on the way for us. And then Friday, we go back to dry with some mild conditions in the forecast. Be safe out there. Have a wonderful weekend.
Thank you, Art. And a special note from us this morning about WKBT and our parent company, Morgan Murphy Media. We're sad to report this morning that our longtime former president and CEO, Elizabeth Murphy Burns, has died. She was a pioneering figure in American broadcasting, leading this family-run company for the past 43 years. Mary Kane has more this morning.
Born into the media business, it was not uncommon for Elizabeth Murphy Burns to rub elbows with politicians and entertainers like Bob Hope. After all, her grandfather founded the influential Superior Evening Telegram in 1890. She began her career in media at the age of 14, selling classified ads for the family-run newspaper. After attending the University of Arizona, she entered the field of broadcasting. By the age of 25, she owned and operated a radio station. She later rejoined her family's management team, and in 1982, became vice president of what would become Morgan Murphy Media. Under Liz's leadership, the newspaper business her grandfather started and her father expanded grew to include broadcast stations in 8 TV markets, 17 radio stations, a digital agency, and a monthly magazine. Liz Burns has been a pioneer for women in broadcasting, serving as the first woman on the CBS Affiliates Board and one of the first women elected to the NAB Board.
I hope that I made it easier for women to come after me, because we'd worked out the kinks, and so when the women came along the line, the guys were used to me, and so I hope that's a gift I've left.
An early advocate for the transition from analog to high definition, she told a Senate congressional hearing that cable companies should be required to carry digital broadcast signals.
The transition to digital television will only succeed if the early adopters can get their local DTV stations over cable and have assurance that DTV sets will operate with digital cable systems and other devices.
Her influence extended internationally. She was part of a delegation for the second Bush administration to promote independence news media in Russia, collaborating with Russian media executives to foster journalistic integrity. In 2018, she was among those honored by the Library of American Broadcasting Foundation's Giants of Broadcasting and Electronic Arts Awards.
I and my family take what we do very seriously. Being an integral part of our communities to inform, educate, and entertain viewers on any platform that they want to watch us on, and being the one they trust and turn to, what a responsibility.
It's a prestigious award with illustrious fellow honorees. All have made significant contributions to the broadcasting industry. But Liz Burns was recognized for both her national leadership in broadcasting as well as her commitment to local broadcasting and the unique relationship local broadcasters have with the communities they serve.
Among those other honorees at that luncheon, radio and TV personality Ryan Seacrest.
One of the honorees, her name is Elizabeth Murphy Burns, right? So
oh, she was amazing because she admitted out loud that she's the reason that we have to suffer through
HD TV. Is that what it is?
Yes.
Yeah, HD TV. You know how we look. You know how you can see our wrinkles now? She's responsible for that. She created that technology, a real pioneer of the business. She's a lovely, true pioneer. And she owns local television stations. And she's doing her speech, and she's charming, and she's smart, and she's funny.
Liz and her husband Richard have spent the past few years in Arizona, helping shape the next generation of journalists at Arizona State University's Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication, dedicating its largest teaching space in honor of the couple, a 141-seat technologically advanced classroom. Elizabeth Murphy Burns' legacy is one of innovation, leadership, and an unwavering commitment to public service and to her family, including her 5 grandchildren.
This industry has been very good to me and my family. And you need to give back, and you need to set an example, because what you're doing is what should be focused on. It's the act, not the person. We enlighten, educate, entertain, and have fun doing it. You don't have fun, you aren't going to be good at it. So, and I think we're very good at it.
Elizabeth Murphy Burns was 79 years old.
For over 25 years, Window World's provided quality products for homeowners around the country, including windows and doors. Every window we sell is custom made for optimal energy efficiency and superior durability. Plus, a vinyl finish means they'll never need painting. Just like our windows, entry doors from Window World are made to last, featuring a durable fiberglass construction that provides up to 4 times the insulation value of wood. When it comes time for new windows or doors, trust America's exterior remodeler. Trust Window World.
Dental implants are often the best solution to severe dental issues. If you have infection in your mouth, it does cause trouble other places. A lot of people ignore infection for way too long. And when they finally do something about it, they say not only do they like what they did here, but they feel better overall. In the end, you can have a smile you're proud of and a very healthy mouth.
We're an implant-focused practice. If you think you have a full mouth of challenges, come see us. Come down for a free consultation.
We have a very special bond, I think, as a family. Spectrum is the connecting thread to everything we do.
It provides us with reliability, lightning speeds, and allows us to do what we need to do in our lives.
From school to homework to entertainment, Spectrum's the perfect match for me and my family.
Fast, reliable internet starting at $30 a month, backed by the Spectrum commitment to keep you connected.
Style or substance. Somehow, it became one or the other. But there is another choice. Not stopping until you have everything in the GMC Sierra. Or get 0.9% APR on 2025 Sierra 1500 models. Or get over $5,300 total value on select Sierra 1500 models.
Ordinary is the opposite of beautiful. Beauty drops our jaws, dilates our eyes, and beauty is something we can create right now at Floor & Decor.
Macy's Friends and Family Sale. Get insider deals on spring styles from your favorite brands. 15% off the fragrances everyone's wearing. And jewelry that'll become your new fave. Plus, shop early for Mother's Day. Macy's Friends and Family Sale. Going on now.
The Brewers are coming to the Coulee region.
To left field.
Yeah, you heard that right. All summer long, you can catch the Brewers right here and for free. No pay-per-view, no subscription, just good old reliable free TV the way the baseball gods intended it. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the action as News 8 now brings you 10 games throughout the summer.
On, Frelick's there, and he makes the catch.
The Brewers playing here? You're welcome. The Milwaukee Brewers on News 8 Now.
Miss a story or need to watch it again? Find them all on the News 8 Now app.
Welcome back at 6:53. Time for your morning news now. A cold case breakthrough. Winona woman arrested for the 2011 death of a newborn known as Baby Angel. 43-year-old Jennifer Nicole Beekle is facing 2 second-degree manslaughter charges. Voters found Baby Angel floating in a bag on the Mississippi River. She became a suspect in 2003 after a genealogy analysis linked her to the case. DNA evidence collected allegedly shows she is the baby's biological mother.
We've continued our investigation, attempting to learn everything we could about how Baby Angel died and why she was placed in the river. We don't have all the answers, but we know who is responsible. And today's charges are a first step in holding her accountable.
Beekle was teaching an English course at Winona State prior to her arrest. The university says another faculty member will now take over. An Eau Claire man is in custody after allegedly showing up at an elementary school with a gun. Police say 32-year-old Andre Sichuba was banned from the property but came to Putnam Heights Elementary yesterday. A lockdown followed. Officers later found a loaded handgun in his car. He's now facing multiple charges. Wisconsin physicians gathered virtually yesterday to urge representatives to respond about their support for cutting Medicaid. The physicians shared how these cuts could impact patient health, lead to rural hospital closures, and harm Wisconsin communities.
I think the reality is we're in a situation where we have the greatest technology in the world that can really help so many people, but so many people are not benefiting because they don't have access to it. They don't have the primary care.
Several of Wisconsin's federal representatives, including Brian Steele and Derek Van Orden, voted in favor of a budget resolution that could pave the way for massive Medicaid cuts. Tens of thousands of mourners have been walking through St. Peter's Basilica in the Vatican to pay final respects to the Pope. After days of public viewing, a funeral will be held tomorrow. La Crosse honored the life and legacy of Pope Francis yesterday, hosting a special service at St. Joseph the Workman Cathedral. CBS News will have complete coverage of the funeral of Pope Francis tomorrow morning. The special report will start at 3 a.m. You can catch it right here on News 8.
All right, take a look at your local weather here. Light to moderate rainfall with heavy components associated with that are now working into the area, crossing the Mississippi within the next hour or so. We'll see that for La Crosse. You can see that big batch of red and orange and yellow working right towards La Crosse. That's going to happen. Viroqua's in it right now. I should say Winona's in it right now too. And eventually we'll see that track out of the area to the east and west. Hey, take a look what I've got going on for you. A couple of changes here as we go into 59 degrees today, 64 tomorrow. Plenty of sunshine. Sunday, chance of rainfall with a weather alert day coming in for Monday now, with the potential for severe weather in your forecast, and some of that could lean over into Tuesday as well. Be safe out there. Have a wonderful weekend.
Thank you. Our chocolate-covered pretzel Oreos are hitting stores on May 5th. They feature a chocolate cream sandwich between pretzel-flavored cookies topped with a sprinkle of salt. Oreo calls them the brand's first ever sweet and savory cookie. Other recent additions include Irish cream thins, mini bars, and loaded cookies. All right, a little free commercial for Oreo this morning.
I guess so. Right.
I like pretzels and chocolate together.
Do you
yeah,
really?
Good
Okay.
combo, yeah.
All right.
Thanks for waking up with us this morning. We'll see you back here at noon.